Morning, just keep your seats and come to work. Okay. Nobody's in jail. Nobody's in jail. We'll take it. Okay. So no jail cases. I either one or did you check?
I'm doing two right now.
Just making sure no more. Okay. Let's jump in. So, if you all will please look up at the monitor. Have one person virtual. Okay. All right, this is the Spalding County State Court. My name is Josh Thacker. I'm your judge. This is the ticket arraignment calendar, and yes, I'm very well aware that this monitor over here is much brighter than this one. It's driving me crazy. I don't know how to fix it. There's plenty of space over here if you can't read it, and I will fiddle around with it after court when you're not waiting on me. All right, so I want to start out by saying that here in the Spalding County State Court, we believe that each of you, as you interact with this court, deserve the respect and dignity that you would wish for someone you care about. We'll extend that to each and every one of you as we interact with you all here today. All right, don't talk during court. Our goal is to get you all back to your lives ASAP, and I cannot do that if you all are having disruptions, and frankly, I won't have much patience with it. So definitely just engage, listen, don't talk, and let us move you back out the door as quick as we can. I have one virtual person named Zena Rice. Ms. Rice, go ahead and get a pen and a piece of paper. Please don't wait for me to give you the information, then ask me to wait for you to get a pen and a piece of paper. While you're waiting, turn your camera off. All right, cell phones. So everybody in life has pet peeves. Slow drivers in the left lane, that kind of thing. Mine are phones in the courtroom. It drives me insane. So you've been officially warned that I will respond unreasonably to cell phones. So here's what you're going to do. I've asked you earlier to turn on your phones to do that. So now everybody grab your phones and turn them off. We're about to start moving really fast. And I can't do that if y'all are pinging and dinging and everything else. So I just want to be very careful. I asked you earlier to turn them on so you can download your driver histories. Everybody turn them off. Lots of movement out in the crowd. Thank you all very much for doing that. All right. This is the correct courtroom for you. If you were issued a citation here in Spalding County, this would have been by a Georgia State Patrol trooper. That citation directed you to appear today at 9 a.m. If what I'm saying does not sound correct, step out into the hallway, speak with the bailiff, they'll point you in the right direction. Today is what's called your arraignment. I'm going to go over your rights with you, and I'm going to tell you what your options are, and then you're going to tell me what you want me to do with your case. You may have a trial. There are two types of trials. There's a jury trial where 6 jurors issue a verdict on your case, and then there's a bench trial where I issue a verdict with no jury present. You may have a conference with the solicitor's office. That's this group up here to your left. And then you may ask me about an attorney, and I'll give you directions on how to apply with the public defender's office. Your charges in this courtroom are misdemeanors. The average misdemeanor carries a maximum punishment of 12 months to serve in the Spalding County Jail and or a $1,000 fine. A few minor traffic charges like seatbelt have a lower maximum fine, and a few highly aggravated misdemeanors have up to a $5,000 maximum fine. Now, you have the right to a speedy and public jury trial, where 6 citizens of Spalding County decide guilt or innocence on each of your charges. Again, you can choose a bench trial. That's where I make the guilt or innocence decision with no jury present. You may waive your right to a trial and close your case if you wish with a plea. I have no preference. You must knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently choose for yourself. You have the right to be presumed innocent. You have the right to force the state to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt, to cross-examine the state's witnesses, to subpoena your own witnesses and evidence to court. You have the right to testify or not testify. You have the right not to incriminate yourself. If you choose to remain silent, your silence cannot be held against you. You have the right to have an attorney. You may hire your own attorney if you so choose. However, if you cannot afford an attorney, you'll be given an opportunity and directions on how to apply today over at the public defender's office. Their office is about 3 blocks from here. This is your warning, though, and I'm amazed at how many people test me on this. If you do not take action ASAP to apply with the public defender's office, you will very likely hear me say at your next calendar that you've waived the right to apply for their services. So if you want them, move quickly and get your application in. All right, an attorney would help you understand our criminal justice system, explain what your charges are and what the defenses are to those charges, file motions on your behalf, engage in plea negotiations, subpoena witnesses and evidence for your defense, conduct a trial on your behalf and make objections, protect your record and appeal a conviction, and otherwise work to protect you. All right, it is my job to explain first offender and conditional discharge. These each allow you to enter a plea without being convicted, but you only get one of each for your entire life. First offender is for everything but traffic-related charges, so no DUIs, and conditional discharge is for drug-related offenses only. All right, no load contemporary and traffic charges. This applies to almost all of you here today. We call this a no load plea for short. It's where you enter a guilty plea without admitting guilt, and it is available on most all traffic charges, no DUIs. You get one no load every 5 years, and that is measured from the incident date to the incident date, ticket date to ticket date. A no load will usually prevent points. It'll usually save your license. It won't help you much if you're under 21. All right, if you are here today and you are not a U.S. citizen, then you need to know that any conviction will very likely have a negative impact on your immigration status. All right, habeas corpus. This is a weird old law that it's my job to explain to you, and here's what we do. We all call it habeas for short. In this courtroom, if you're convicted, you may sue Spalding County civilly over in Superior Court to challenge this conviction. For most of you in this courtroom today with traffic charges, you have 6 months to use those rights before they expire. That's what I need you to remember more than anything else. And then everything else in this courtroom has a 12-month window to use before those rights expire. You may conference today with the solicitor's office. If you want to have a conference when your name is called, you'll announce a conference, and you'll remain here in the courtroom until your name is called. If you have an attorney, then actually, I don't have any attorneys here. Mr. Moody's gone. All right, so the solicitor's office, again, that's this group up here to your left. They represent the state of Georgia. They are not your attorney. If you reach an agreement with them, you can resolve your case. If you do not reach an agreement, you simply tell them or the court's bailiffs that you wish to have a trial, and we'll happily move you in that direction. Now, if you have a payable ticket that you want to close without a trial, you have 3 options. First, if you have the fine amount and you wish to pay your payable ticket, that is no problem. You simply tell the bailiffs that you wish to pay your ticket and close it. They'll get with the clerk and get your case closed. If you do not have the fine amount, then you can choose to enter a plea and be placed on probation, which would very likely be terminated upon completion. So those are the 2 options on either end. The third option is in the middle, and we're calling this our 30 for 30 program. And what this means is that you don't have the fine amount to pay it, but you also don't want to be placed on probation. What that works is as follows. It's for you enter the plea just like normal after a conference. Once you've done that, I will delay the start of your probation by 30 days. You'll pay a $30 program fee, and if you can pay off your fine in full plus the $30 program fee, then your case will close with no probation conditions. That's called 30 for 30 program. If you are unsuccessful, then your probation will begin at 31 days, and you'll just simply need to follow the conditions of your probation at that time. Now, for those of you who do receive probation, you will be supervised by the Spalding County Sentence Enforcement. There will be a one-time $25 intake fee on your case. 100% of all fines can always be worked off with community service work at $10 per hour. Additionally, there's a $50 per month supervision fee each month until you complete your probation. Now, this supervision fee is mandatory, but I can waive it after a separate hearing before me. All right, if you choose to go on a trial calendar, you need to know that it's a 2-week trial calendar. There will be a week 1, and you'll be assigned a calendar called date and time to come back. Then all of us will skip a week in the middle, do some other court while everybody prepares for trial. And then week 2, the jury trials will begin sharply at 9 a.m. on Monday. You'll appear each and every day until your case is resolved, and we will use at least 2 courtrooms during week 2, and we will reach your case for trial. Okay, do you want to help your friends and family? Because misdemeanors are about to be issued for the defendants who fail to appear in court. If you know someone who is absent, call them, tell them to get down here ASAP, and you'll definitely save them a great deal of future trouble. All right, calendar call. So we're about to call the calendar. I think Mr. Shepard is going to call it. And when your name is called, stand up for me if you're able. If you're not able to stand up, just wave your hand nice and high for me and get my attention. You are going to announce when your name is called what you want me to do in your case. So you're going to stand up and you're going to yell out real loud either a jury trial or a bench trial or a conference or attorney. Actually, let me fix something. All right, we did this last month and it was actually quite helpful, so I'm gonna add it back. Okay, so we have to handle the under 21 folks a slightly bit differently, so I'm gonna add that to the list. So, like I said, we did that last month. It really was very helpful. Okay, so here we go. Mr. Shepherd, the floor is yours.
James Ashutarkane. That's for failure to appear. Travius Atkins. That's for failure to appear. Kendrick Barkley. That's for failure to appear. Andre Barrett. That's for failure to appear. William Bateman. That's for failure to appear. Wendy Borbin. That's for failure to appear. Michael Cantrell.
Conference, thank you.
Ryan Chandler.
I'm under 21.
Okay, I'm gonna put you down for a conference, and thank you for letting me know that you're under 21.
Chester Christian. That's for failure to appear. Richard Christian. That's for failure to appear. Excuse me. Brandon Kahn. That's for failure to appear. Brian Copeland.
Jury trial.
All right, Mr. Copeland, are you gonna wanna talk to the public defender's office?
I mean, I'm open to it.
Okay. I'm gonna put you down that you're gonna talk to them.
That's already done. What did you say?
He wants a jury trial. Mr. Copeland, okay, stand up for me. All right, so, Mr. Copeland, what I'm gonna do is have you step out into the hallway. The bailiffs are gonna have you sign a reset notice. Don't worry about the verdict form on him. And once you have met with the bailiffs, they'll give you the next set of instructions.
All right, Miracle Corbin.
Actually, can we circle back to him real quick? I'm not entirely certain he has the right to a jury trial. We're gonna need to circle back to that. I don't remember the full punishment scale on that one. If it's fine only, then I'll need to tell him he can't have a jury trial. But I just wanted us to make a note of that, to look at that after court.
Okay. Doing, let's see. Miracle Corbin.
Excuse me, Your Honor. You want me to tell?
No, I'll sort that out with him next time.
So Corbin will ask for failure to appear. Felix Dawitt.
Bench trial?
All right. Are you gonna wanna talk to the public defender's office?
No.
Okay. Then I'm gonna put that you waive the public defender's office. Y'all have that form? The bench trial form?
I do.
Okay. All right, where are you? Okay, hey, y'all stand up for me. Okay, that's the second person. I can't tell who I'm talking to. If you will please step out into the hallway. Tell me how to pronounce your name, by the way. Felix? And then Dawitt? Dawitt. The names are important, and I'll get it right next time. If you will step out into the hallway, wait for the bailiffs. They're gonna have you sign a reset notice and your bench trial form, and then you're free to go. But don't go until they come talk to you.
All right, Dale Dieter. That's for failure to appear. Christopher Evans. That's for failure to appear. Robert Felix.
Yeah.
Conference, thank you.
Brian Fields.
I have that he has an attorney.
Yeah, we did. We got one.
You got one? They have one.
Joseph Kassab.
All right, we have a jury trial.
Mackenzie Foster. That's for failure to appear. Naeem McGraham. That's for failure to appear. Chelsea Greer.
Here. Conference?
All right, thank you.
Savannah Hale.
Conference?
Thank you.
Zykeria Ham. That's for failure to appear. Jacqueline Harris. That's for failure to appear. Crystal Harvey.
Conference?
Conference, thank you.
Sonia Head.
Conference?
Martin Huey. That's for failure to appear. Craig Jackson,
Here.
Good morning. What would you like to do with your case?
Conference.
Conference, thank you.
Traverse Jackson,
Thank you.
Micah Jenkins,
Under 21.
Under 21? Okay, conference, thank you.
Taylor Jett,
Conference.
Thank you.
Denitra Jones,
Here, conference.
All right, thank you.
Laquan Lee, ask for failure to appear. Melody Lemons, ask for failure to appear. Jason Lucas, ask for failure to appear. Malik Mathis, ask for failure to appear. Eddie Mayfield, ask for failure to appear. Ralph Magruder,
Here. Conference.
All right, thank you.
Deontay McNeese, ask for failure to appear. Max Mitchell,
I also show that as Joseph Cassaden. You have to wait.
yes,
All right, so it's waiver jury trial.
Marvin Motino, ask for failure to appear. Rashid Muhammad, ask for failure to appear. Lady Munoz Patino, ask for failure to appear. Warren Poindexter,
Here. Conference.
Conference, thank you.
Zena Rice,
Ms. Rice is virtual. Let's try this for 30 seconds for it. Move on. Ms. Rice, you there? I've sent you an unmute request. Just approve it, please. Okay, we move on. I'll come back to you.
it's never easy.
No, they're not.
Sergio Sorinana,
Conference.
Conference, thank you.
Ariana Scott, ask for failure to appear. Amari Sharif Lee, ask for failure to appear. William Slagle, ask for failure to appear. Terrell Smith, ask for failure to appear. Carl Sparrow, ask for failure to appear. Tierra Stodgel, ask for failure to appear. Andrew Strickland,
Conference.
All right, thank you.
Jeffrey Tackett,
Under 21.
All right. It's time for conference.
Ansley Tarleton,
Here, conference.
All right, thank you. Oh, you have two cases. I just realized that. Do you know you have two different tickets?
Yes.
Okay.
Tashiana Tomlinson, ask for failure to appear. Leslie Walton, ask for failure to appear. Dwayne Westbrook, ask for failure to appear. Darius Williams, ask for failure to appear. Rachel Williams, ask for failure to appear. Ty Tuna Williams, ask for failure to appear.
Okay. So, let's make some announcements to sweep everybody else up. If you are here today and your name was not called, stand up for me. There's always a couple. It's okay, don't panic. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna work our way across. Yes, sir. What is your name, nice and loud? What are you charged with?
Cell phone.
What's his last name?
McMahon?
Yes, sir.
I'm thinking, I'm gonna start with you.
I don't see him on the other.
All right, did you get your, who wrote you your citation? I see you have your paperwork in your hand.
Here's my attorney.
As an attorney.
23 TK 20.
DPS.
Okay. Let's just, have him sign a jury trial reset and have him give that to us.
Yes,
All right.
lawyer.
Who's your attorney? Oh, Dwayne, okay. So what we're gonna do is just have you sign a jury trial reset. You're gonna take it straight to Dwayne Singleton's office and give it to them. And then they'll reach out to us for further instructions, okay? All right. You go wait out in the hallway. Do not leave until the bailiffs come see you.
Yes, sir.
What's your name?
James Rubel, Your Honor.
Will you spell your last name for me?
REB as in Victory, ELL.
What are you charged with?
Left lane violation.
Okay, same instructions as the gentleman before you. You're also represented by Mr. Singleton. I'm going to step out in the hallway, sign the jury trial reset, and then take that straight to Mr. Singleton's office.
He's on page 6.
Page 6.
All three of them?
Oh, there he is. Okay, he is on this morning. We didn't call it because it was a.
He got pulled.
That's all right. It's still organization. What's your name?
Kevin Yeoman.
I sense a pattern here. You're all wearing KG
Yeah.
patent shirts, so
Yes.
I sense y'all work together.
Yes.
Okay, that'll work. All right, Mr. Yeoman, same instructions. You've got Singleton, waiver, jury trial, step out in the hallway. Y'all can nominate one of you to take all three of them to Mr. Singleton's office for all I care. Just get those reset notices to Mr. Singleton's office.
He's on page 8, Your Honor.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. Got it, thank you. Okay, that's everybody on this side. What's your name, nice and loud?
Trey Barber.
Barber?
Yeah.
Mr. Barber, what are you charged with?
Speed.
All right. Good for you on the afternoon calendar. Who wrote you your ticket, do you know? Like a GSP or a sheriff or
Sheriff.
What was his name?
Barber?
He's on page 2. 130 count.
Trey?
He's 130.
Yeah, I got him right.
There he is, okay. All right, you're very early to court, but we'll go ahead and address your case this morning, so you don't have to come back this afternoon. What do you want to do with your case?
Conference.
All right, y'all okay with that, Mr. Shepherd? Okay, Mr. Shepherd says he'll meet with you. You're on the afternoon calendar. We're gonna go ahead and resolve your case this morning, so that you don't have to come back this afternoon. You'll go after everybody who's here, but we'll still get to you this morning.
I appreciate it.
All right, thank you. Grab a seat. What's your name, nice and loud?
Shalonda Reed.
Reed?
Reeves, R-E-E-V as in Victor again.
Okay, thank you. I'm cheating. I have a microphone and y'all don't, so,
I got it right here.
there it is.
This afternoon.
Okay,
Page 14.
there it is. All right, so you're also very early to court. You're not supposed to be here till this afternoon, but the good news is that we can go ahead and address your case now. Mr. Shepherd, you okay with that?
Yes.
What did you want to do with your case?
Conference.
All right, so again, that sounds great. Mr. Shepherd and his team will meet with you. You'll go after the folks who are on the calendar, but you'll still get out of here before the 1:30 calendar, so. All right, what's your name, ma'am, nice and loud?
Stanisha Holland.
Last name?
Holland.
Holland. What are you charged with?
Speed.
This afternoon. I got it right.
Yes, there she is. What do you want to do with your case?
Extend my time to pick.
Conference? Okay, she's serious. Everybody good so far? All right, nice and loud, what's your name?
Letitia Brown.
Brown. Ms. Brown. What are you charged with, Ms. Brown?
Speed. No, hold on.
There she is. What do you want to do with your case?
Conference.
Okay. We found it, y'all got it? All right, is that everybody? All right, anyone else whose case was not addressed? Okay. All right, then what I'm gonna do, did you get your case sorted out? No.
Hi, good morning, y'all. I'm Patrick Shepard. I'm the solicitor. That means that I'm the prosecutor. I'll be the one doing the conferences this morning. I think just about every one of you has asked for a conference. So what's going to happen is in a few minutes, either Miss Sherry Milton here with the white polka dot shirt there, Miss Fletcher over there in the jury box with the multicolored shirt. We'll start calling names. We'll call 6, 7 at a time. When your name is called by one of these two ladies, what's going to happen is you're going to go out the double doors over here to my right, your left. There's a hallway. Follow them down the hallway. There's a little waiting area outside of my office with a bunch of chairs. Have a seat in one of those. I will call you back one at a time for your conference. When you're done with your conference, you're going to come back down the same hallway, back through the same double doors, quietly have a seat here in the courtroom to either enter your plea or get instructions for your trial date. When you come back to the courtroom, make sure you do use those double doors. Don't use that single door over there with the exit sign above it. If you come through that door, you will disrupt court. You will make the judge unhappy. Not a good way to start your Tuesday. Obviously, there's a lot of y'all, and there's only one of me, but I know what I'm doing. I move quick. I do this just about every day. I'll have everybody out of here at a decent time today, all right? Thank you.
All right, so the next phase goes a lot quicker when I'm not sitting on the bench. But here's my problem. Usually, when I do this, one of you, statistically speaking, is going to volunteer to go to jail today. I don't know which one of you it is. It's an unpredictable amount, but here's the one from the last court date that volunteered to go to jail. Because what's going to happen is, here are my instructions I'm about to give you. They're super simple. Step to the restroom, get back in your seats. Like, it's that simple. We're all human. Step to the restroom, get back to your seats. But one of you is going to wander away to do, I don't know what. Oil change, haircut, I'm not really sure. And then I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest. The sheriff's going to come get you. They're going to take you to the jail because you disappeared. And then I'm going to hold you there until I go see you the next Wednesday. So, again, the fact that I'm having to say this out loud is insane to me. And it happens for one person every court date. And I don't know why that weird anomaly is, but it is. Please be the day that I don't have to send somebody to jail for wandering off. But statistically, one of you is going to go to jail, and I'll see you out there. So here's your instructions. You ready? Hey, go to the restroom, get right back to your seats. It's as simple as that. So what's going to happen is, in just a moment, I'm going to give the floor to Miss Middleton. She's going to call the first round. They're going to call people out that door to meet. The bailiffs are going to be calling people this way. There's going to be a lot going because this part goes a lot better when I'm off the bench. If you have any questions, talk to the bailiffs. This is the best state court in the state of Georgia, frankly. We all know what we're doing. We move fast. We get people back to their lives as quick as we can, and we're very proud of that fact. But I can't do it if I can't find you. And if I can't find you, I'm going to issue a warrant. And statistically, I'm going to have to do that for one of you today. All right, that's it. I've got 9:43. I'm going to step back on the bench at 10:30. So I'll be back on the bench at 10:30. Ms. Middleton, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Can I
Truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, take your hand out, state your full name for me.
Savannah Shamira Hill.
All right, and Ms. Hale, you are here on 23 TK 2900 because you, and it looks to me like you were on time for court today, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you hear the rights I read out to the courtroom, and did you see the PowerPoint that I put up on the wall?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
You passed up to me this self-represented defendant plea rights waiver. Do you recognize this document that I'm holding up?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are those your initials next to each of the lines on page 1?
Yes.
Page 2? Is this your signature?
Yes.
Did you sign and initial this document after having all the time you needed to review it,
Yes.
and because you understood everything that's on it?
Yes.
Are there any questions I can answer for you about anything on this document?
No.
All right, so, did you see on here as well as here we say that you have the right to have an attorney represent you?
Yes.
And you're here representing yourself?
Yes.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have the right to a jury trial?
Yes.
And that by entering this plea, there will be no trial and this case will be closed. Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
Now, Ms. Hale, you're wanting to do a NOLO, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you 21 years of age or older?
Yes.
And have you used a NOLO in the last 5 years?
No, Your Honor.
And are you asking me to accept a NOLO for this moving violation of 90 and 70 from June 26th of 2023 here in Spalding County?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna find that your request for a NOLO is proper, and I'm gonna grant it. I'm gonna find that you're knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently waiving your rights in entering this plea. I've reviewed the recommendation. I'll follow it exactly the way it's been negotiated. Do you have any questions for me about anything before I sentence?
No, Your Honor.
You ready? Okay. Savannah Hale, on 23 TK 2900, I'm going to grant your NOLO. On speeding 90 to 70, it's a fine of $213. You have those funds today, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, therefore I will allow you to pay it to the clerk in lieu of probation. What I'm going to do is tell you that you have 30 days from today if you wish to appeal this decision, and you have 6 months on those habeas rights. Do you remember reading about habeas on the right sheet?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, can I answer any questions for you about anything before you and I part ways?
No.
All right, Mr. Clint's gonna walk you down to the clerk's office, so if you'll head back to the double doors there. Do you want him to step out into the hallway, Clint?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, step out in the hallway and wait for Clint out there. Let me try to talk to Mr. Rice. The pay's how to go ahead and sign so they can keep doing that. Actually, this is on Strickland. He is ready to get it.
Craig Jackson. Craig Jackson.
He's outside.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm gonna try to talk to our virtual person again.
Yes.
Ms. Rice, Senior Rice?
Yes, sir.
Ah, there we go. Now we got you.
Get Clint, yeah.
All right. Are you Zena Rice?
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay. Ms. Rice, you're here on 23 TK 0492. We couldn't get you unmuted earlier, but you were there. You've been there since the beginning this morning. Were you able to hear what we were doing?
Yes, sir, about the conference and all that. Yes, sir.
Excellent. Okay, what do you want to do with your case?
Conference.
Okay. What is a good phone number for us to reach you?
Let me pull it up for you. Give me 1 second. Everything's different now here. So
Okay.
it is 943 213 9737.
All right, you gave me 943-213-9737.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, so Ms. Rice, what we're going to do is I'm going to actually release you from this video conference system. In just a few minutes, your phone is going to ring at 943-213-9737, and that's going to be the solicitor's office calling to have their conference with you. At the end of that conference, they will give you your next set of instructions, okay?
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
All right, do you need anything else from me before you remove yourself from the system? And again, you're not released, you're just gonna sit tight and wait for your phone to ring.
No, you're fine. I'm actually in my break room at work, so.
Okay, all right, well, thank you very much, and we'll see you, just wait for your phone to ring.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all will walk back to the solicitor's office. Um, May I please see Crystal Harvey? That's one of the folks, okay.
So she was there.
Okay. So Ms. Harvey, you get to claim that you were the very first person to ever enter your information on our new iPads. How did that go for you? Did it work okay? Yes, okay. We're trying to do that because that's quicker for both y'all and for us. And it cuts down on errors in data entry. So, all right, looks to me like we're ready to enter the plea. So, Ms. Harvey, if you'll please raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right. If you will lean in that microphone, you can pull it around. It'll move for you. State your full name for me.
Crystal Ann Harvey.
All right. And Ms. Harvey, you're here on 23 TK 1424. Ms. Harvey, you're here today. According to my calendar, you are on time for court. Is that correct?
Correct.
Did you hear the rights I read out to the courtroom? And did you see the PowerPoint that I put up on the wall?
Yes.
Did you understand those rights?
Yes.
Any questions I can answer for you about any of those rights?
No.
I'm holding up this self-represented defendant plea rights waiver. Do you recognize this document that I'm holding up?
Yes.
Are these your initials next to each of the lines on page 1?
Yes.
Page 2?
Yes.
Is this your signature?
Yes.
Did you sign and initial this document after having all the time that you needed to review it
Yes.
and because you understood everything that's on it?
Yes.
Ms. Harvey, do you understand that you have the right to have an attorney represent you
Yes.
and you're here representing yourself?
Yes.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have the right to a jury trial?
Yes.
And that by entering this plea, there will be no trial. This case will be closed. Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Harvey, you're charged with a reduced charge of expired tag and that you did here in Spalding County back on March 28th of 2023, operate your motor vehicle while your tag was expired. Did you do that?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna find with your admission of guilt to the reduced charge of expired tag, but there's enough for me to take your plea. I'm gonna find that you are knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently waiving your rights in entering this plea. I'll review the recommendation and I will follow it. Can I answer any questions for you about anything we've covered so far? Are you ready for me to sentence?
Yes.
Okay. Have a seat right there. Okay. All right, here we go. Crystal Harvey on 23 TK 1424 from March 28th of 2023. Count 1, expired tag. I'm going to find you guilty. It's 12 months probation. I'm going to actually give you a benefit for being first through the breach. I'm going to make you fine 155. Thanks for being our guinea pig. All right, so I'm going to delay the start of your probation by 30 days. And allow you a chance to pay $155 plus a $30 program fee to close your case. If you are successful, then your case will close without probation. If you're unsuccessful, then your probation will officially start 31 days from today. You'll need to show a valid license to probation, no alcohol, illegal drugs, or hemp products, and be tested for those. Fourth Amendment waiver, $50 a month supervision fee, $25 intake fee. And your case will still close the moment you satisfy your obligations to the court. You have 30 days from today if you wish to appeal this decision. You have 6 months from today if you wish to use your habeas rights. Do you remember reading about habeas on the right sheet, right there where I'm pointing?
Yes.
Can I answer any questions for you about anything before you and I part ways? Okay. All right, then, Mr. Clinton, if you'll walk her back to Savannah, let her see if the round 2 works as well as round 1 did, then we'll go from there. We're here. All right, if you will please raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
All right, take your hand down and state your full name for me.
Chelsea Greer.
All right, and Ms. Greer, you're here on 23 TK 3049, and according to my calendar, you are on time for court. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right, you can grab that mic and move it around.
Thank you.
It's for short people like me and middle height folks like you. All right, so Ms. Greer, you are here on 23 TK 3049, and according to my calendar, you are on time for court. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Did you hear the rights I read out to the courtroom, and did you see the PowerPoint that I put up on the wall?
Yes.
Did you understand those rights?
Yes.
Any questions that I can answer for you about those rights?
No.
Ms. Greer, you have passed up to me this self-represented defendant plea rights waiver. Do you recognize this document that I'm holding up?
Yes.
Are these your initials next to each of the lines on page 1?
Yes.
Page 2?
Yes.
Is this your signature?
Yes.
Did you sign and initial this document after having all the time that you needed to review it
Yes.
and because you understood everything that's on it?
Yes.
Are there any questions I can answer for you about anything on this document?
No.
You have the right to have an attorney represent you when you're here representing yourself. Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have the right to a jury trial?
Yes.
And that by entering this plea, there will be no trial, and this case will be closed. Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
All right. Now, Ms. Greer, you are, this will work. Are you 21 years of age or older?
Yes.
Have you used a NOLO on anything in the last 5 years?
No.
Okay, so you're technically asking me for 2 NOLOs. I don't do this in detail in the initial announcement because it gets really confusing, but there's technically 5 NOLOs, and they're by category. And so what I'm saying is that I always say you get 1 NOLO. Well, what you do is you get 1 NOLO by category. Your 2 charges are 2 different categories. So this is 2 thumbs up, this is gonna work. But you're gonna use 2 of your 5 NOLOs. You're gonna use your moving violation NOLO and your no insurance NOLO. And so just to make certain you know that those will not be available to you for the next 5 years.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Again, I just don't go through that in great detail initially because it gets people very confused. So, all right, so here's the question. Do you want me to allow you to use your NOLO for driving that occurred here in Spalding County on July 1 of 2023 and resulted in this charge of no insurance?
Yes.
Do you also want to use your NOLO on the moving violation charge of following too closely?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to find that your request to use your 2 NOLOs is proper. I'm going to grant it. I'm going to find that you are knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently waiving your rights in entering this plea. I reviewed the recommendation and I will follow it exactly as you've negotiated it. Do you have any questions for me about anything so far?
No.
You ready for me to sentence?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Chelsea Greer, 23 TK 3049, from July 1 of 2023, count 1, no insurance. I'm going to grant your NOLO. It's 12 months probation, 454 is your fine. You went back and filled out the did that work okay for you?
It did.
Great. So if that works, which we're thinking it will, it's going to make life for you and for us a whole lot better. So I'm excited about that. So following too closely, NOLO, 12 months. Again, for being a beta tester, I'm going to knock the fine off on that one. Count 3 is dismissed. I'm going to delay the start of your probation by 30 days, allow you to pay $30, and close your case by participating in our 30 for 30 program. If you are unable to pay it in 30 days, then your probation will start 31 days from today, at which point you'll need to show your valid license to probation. No alcohol, illegal drugs, or hemp products will be tested for those. And $50 supervision fee, $25 intake fee, and your case will still close the moment you satisfy your obligations to the court. You have 30 days from today if you wish to appeal this decision, and you have 6 months from today if you want to use your habeas rights. Ms. Greer, can I answer any questions for you about anything before you and I part ways?
No.
All right, Mr. Taylor's going to walk you out those double doors, and best of luck to you.
Thank you.
announcing thing. I'm gonna take Robert Felix. Was asked. All right, are you Robert Felix?
Yes, sir.
All right, raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, and Mr. Felix, you are one of our test people. Did you go in and have an opportunity to try out our iPad?
Yes, sir.
So, so I know computers are not your strong suit. Did that work for you okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you're happy with how that all went out for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, if you think of any feedback, let us know.
All right.
All right, Mr. Felix, according to my calendar and my memory, you are on time for court today, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you hear the rights read out to the courtroom and see the PowerPoint that I put up on the wall?
I did.
Did you understand those rights?
Yes, sir.
Any questions I can answer for you about those rights?
No, sir.
Mr. Felix, you have passed up to me this self-represented defendant plea rights waiver. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Are these your initials next to each of the lines on page 1,
Yes, sir.
page 2?
Yes, sir.
Is this your signature?
Correct.
Did you sign and initial this document after having all the time you needed to review it
Yes, sir.
and because you understood everything that's on it?
Yes, sir.
Did you see on here where it says you have the right to have an attorney represent you
Yes, sir.
and you're here representing yourself?
Yes, sir.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that you have the right to a jury trial
Yes, sir.
and that by entering this plea, there will be no trial and this case will be closed? Is
Yes,
that what
sir.
you want to do?
Absolutely.
All right. Mr. Felix, you are charged with one count of speeding, 84 and a 65 from, oh, you want to do a NOLO. Are you 21 years of age or older?
Yes, sir.
Have you used a NOLO on a moving violation in the last 5 years?
No, sir.
And are you asking me to accept your NOLO for driving that occurred in 21 TK 1496 from April 2nd, I'm sorry, April 20th of 2021?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then I'm going to find that your request for a NOLO is proper and I'm going to grant it. I'm going to find that you knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently waived your rights. I reviewed the recommendation and I will follow it. All right, any questions before I sentence?
No, sir.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. Robert Felix, 21 TK 1496 from April 20th of 2021. Count 1, speeding, 84 and a 65. I grant your NOLO. It's 12 months. So you are one of my 4 beta testers, so I'm gonna make you fine 156.50. Okay, so that was worth figuring that out. Count 2 is dismissed. I'm gonna delay the start of your probation by 30 days. If you pay $156.50 plus $30, then your case will close with no probation being instituted. If you're unable to do that, 31 days from today, your probation will begin. You'll need to show a valid license to probation, no alcohol, illegal drugs, or hemp products, and be tested for those. Fourth Amendment waiver, $50 supervision fee per month, one-time $25 intake fee. And your case will still close the moment you satisfy your obligations. You'll just have more obligations. You have 30 days from today if you wish to appeal this decision, and you have 6 months from today if you wish to use your habeas rights. Do you remember reading about habeas on the back of the right sheet?
Yes, sir.
As well as me talking about it? Okay. Do you have any questions for me about anything before we part ways?
No, sir.
All right, thank you, Mr. Felix. If you'll walk out those double doors with Mr. Clement.
So he was arrested on October 31st, 2022. He was released September 25th over Spalding County, and he is presently in there. So do you put him on jail more?
Well, let me see what he missed. That's what I'm trying to figure out. It's like, where does he, Johnson? Is his first name Ken?
Ken, middle name Nigel, Nigel. He's a junior.
Yes.
There you go.
And see. There's a hole.
You already got it.
That's what it said.
Oh. Yeah.
Looks like he's only got one case. He missed. Yeah, he definitely needs to go next available. Here,
I got you on first.
will you put Nigel
Say that
Johnson, 22 SR
I know you do.
612 on the next available. But I mean, tomorrow will be fine, but it's a DUI, so I don't know if Patrick is okay. We need to ask him if he'd be okay. All right, so that's, he's fine with me putting like the suspended licenses and stuff, but he's asked me to not put DUIs or family violence on without asking.
And I'll let you have that.
So,
Are we on the record?
do it.
Are we on the record?
So we can talk back to him.
Look.
All right. All right, if you'll please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes,
All right, take your hand down, state your full name for me.
Michael Jenkins.
All right, and Mr. Jenkins, you're here on 23 TK 2676, and according to my calendar, you were on time for court, is that correct?
Yes,
Did you hear the rights I read out to the courtroom, and did you see the PowerPoint that I put up on the wall?
yes,
Did you understand those rights?
yes,
Any questions I can answer for you about those rights?
no,
Mr. Jenkins, you have passed up to me the self-represented defendant plea rights waiver. Do you recognize this document that I'm holding up?
yes,
Are these your initials next to each of the lines on page 1,
yes,
page 2,
yes,
and is this your signature?
yes,
Did you sign and initial this document after having all the time that you needed to review it
yes, sir,
and because you understood everything that's on it?
yes, sir,
Are there any questions I can answer for you about anything on this document?
no, sir,
Did you see on here, as well as hear me say, that you have the right to have an attorney represent you
yes,
and you're here representing yourself?
great,
Is that what you want to do?
yes,
Do you understand that you have the right to a jury trial?
yes,
And that by entering this plea, there's not going to be a trial and this case is going to be closed. Is that what you want to do? You want to close your case today?
yeah,
Okay. Mr. Jenkins, you've negotiated a reduced charge on your case of too fast for conditions. Did you operate your motor vehicle according to this reduced charge of too fast for conditions by operating your motor vehicle in a manner that was too fast for the conditions of the road on June 8th of 2023? Did you do that?
yes,
Okay. I'm going to find that your request to enter this guilty plea on the reduced charge is proper, and I'm going to grant it. I'm going to find that you're knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently waiving your rights in entering this plea. I reviewed the recommendation, and I'm going to follow it. Can I answer any questions for you about anything?
no, sir,
You ready for me to sentence?
yes,
Okay. Micah Jenkins on 23 TK 2676. On too fast for conditions, I'm going to find you guilty. It's 12 months of probation, $300 fine. I'm going to mark that I'm delaying the start of your probation by 30 days. that will allow you the opportunity to pay $300 plus $30 for our 30 for 30 program and close your case without probation. If you're unsuccessful in that, then you will then, 31 days from now, be placed on probation, at which point you will need to show a valid license to probation. You will need to have no alcohol, illegal drugs, or hemp products, be tested for those, $50 a month supervision fee, $25 intake fee, and your case will still close the moment you satisfied your obligations to the court. You have 30 days from today in which to appeal this decision. Yeah, let's double doors and have you go meet with probation. Good luck to you. All right, next case is Jackson. Traverse Jackson. If you will please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about to give this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, take your hand down and state your full name for me, please.
Artist Jackson.
And Mr. Jackson, you are here today on 23 TK 1542. Got it right here. Okay, and according to my calendar, you are on time for court, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you hear the rights were read out to the courtroom and see the PowerPoint that put up on the wall?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand those rights?
Yes, sir.
Any questions I can answer for you about those rights?
Excuse me?
Can I answer any questions for you?
No, sir.
Okay. I'm holding up the self-represented defendant plea rights waiver. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Are these your initials next to each of the lines on page 1,
Yes, sir.
as well as page 2?
Yes, sir.
Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
All right, and you left the line blank whether or not you're a U.S. citizen or you're a United States citizen?
Yes, sir.
That's okay. I'm just going to initial it saying you and I did it. We're going to keep it. Okay. Mr. Jackson, did you see on here where it says you have the right to have an attorney represent you?
Yes, sir.
And you're here representing yourself? Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that you have the right to a jury trial?
Yes, sir.
And that by entering this plea, there will be no trial, and this case will be closed. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
All right. Mr. Jackson, you are asking me to accept a no-load plea on this suspended license charge. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Jackson, do you? Okay. Do you want me to accept this for driving that occurred here in Spalding County on April 4th of 2023 and results in this charge of operating a motor vehicle on a suspended license?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to find that your request for a no-load is proper, and I'm going to grant it. I'm going to find that you are knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently waiving your rights entering this plea. I've reviewed the recommendation, and I'll follow it. Any questions about anything before I sentence?
No, sir.
Please just sit. Will you spell your first name? I have it 2 different ways in my system.
Yes, sir. Trevarous.
Perfect. Now I got it. Got it. Okay. Now, Mr. Jackson, on 23 TK 1542 from April 4th of 2023, I'm going to, as to the suspended license charge, find you guilty. I'm sorry, your NOLO is granted. 12 months probation, 590 is your fine. You may work off your fine with community service work if you need to. There'll be a $50 per month supervision fee. Show your valid license to probation. No alcohol, illegal drugs, or hemp products should be tested for those. $25 intake fee. And your case will still close the moment you've satisfied your obligations to the court. You have 30 days from today if you wish to appeal this decision, and you have 6 months from today if you want to use your habeas rights. Do you remember reading about habeas on the right sheet right there?
Yes, sir.
Do you remember me talking about it earlier?
Yes, sir.
Can I answer any questions for you before you and I part ways?
No, sir.
Okay, Mr. Richards gonna walk out. Let's double door. Good luck to you. Denitra Jones. I really like this guy's all you just saying out loud. It keeps me from doing what I want to do, which is scatter them everywhere. We'll figure it out. So, this is really exciting. All right, Mr. Jones, if you'll please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
All right, you grab that mic and move it to where you want it. It'll move all around. Okay, so if you will state your full name for me.
Denitra Shante Jones.
All right, Ms. Jones, you are here on 23 TK 2879, and according to my calendar, you were on time for court. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you hear the rights are read out to the courtroom, and did you see the PowerPoint that I put up on the wall?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand those rights?
Yes, sir.
Any questions I can answer for you about those rights?
No, sir.
Ms. Jones, you passed up to me this self-represented defendant plea rights waiver. Do you recognize this document that I'm holding up?
Yes, sir.
Are these your initials next to each of the lines on page 1,
Yes, sir.
page 2?
Yes, sir.
Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign and initial this document after having all the time that you needed to review it
Yes, sir.
and because you understood everything that's on it?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Jones, did you see on here, as well as hear me say earlier, that you have the right to have an attorney represent you?
Yes, sir.
That you're here representing yourself?
Yes, sir.
Is that what you'd like to do?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that you have the right to a jury trial?
Yes, sir.
And that by entering this plea, there will be no trial, and this case will be closed? Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
Are you 21 years of age or older?
Yes, sir.
Have you used a NOLO on a moving violation in the last 5 years?
No, sir.
Are you asking me to accept a NOLO for driving that occurred here in Spalding County and resulted in this move over law violation charge?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to find that your request for a NOLO is proper, and I'm going to grant it. I'm going to find that you are knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently waiving your rights in entering this plea. I reviewed the recommendation, and I will follow it exactly the way it's been negotiated. Do you have any questions for me about anything before I sentence?
No, sir.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It's Denitra, correct? Denitra, names are important. Denitra Jones on 23 TK 2879 from June 6th of 2023. The move over violation NOLO request is granted. It's 12 months of probation. $191.25 is your fine. I'm going to delay the start of your probation by 30 days, which will allow you 30 days to pay it. After 30 days, your probation will start, at which point you'll need to abide by the following conditions. Show you valid license probation, no alcohol, illegal drugs, or hemp products. You'll be tested for such. $50 supervision fee, $25 intake fee. And your case will still close the moment you've satisfied your obligations. You have 30 days from today if you wish to appeal this decision, and that's it. Any questions for me about anything before you and I part ways?
No, sir.
Okay. Ms. Jones, best of luck to you if you will step out those doors with Mr. Taylor.
Thank you.
Thank you. Poindexter? Yeah. Yeah, folks on the calendar go first. So, all right, Mr. Poindexter?
Yes, sir.
All right, if you'll please raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, take your hand down and state your full name for me.
Warren Lynn Poindexter.
All right, and Mr. Poindexter, you're here on 23 TK 3314, and according to my calendar, you were on time for court. Is that correct?
Yes.
Did you hear the rights I read out to the courtroom, and did you see the PowerPoint that I put up on the wall?
Yes.
Did you understand those rights?
Yes.
Any questions I can answer for you about those rights?
No.
Mr. Poindexter, you have passed up to me this self-represented defendant plea rights waiver. Do you recognize this document that I'm holding up?
Yes.
Are these your initials next to each of the lines on page 1?
Yes.
Page 2?
Yes.
Is this your signature?
Yes.
Did you sign and initial this document after having all the time that you needed to review it
Yes.
and because you understood everything that is on it?
Yes.
Are there any questions I can answer for you about anything on this document?
No.
Mr. Poindexter, you have the right to have an attorney represent you, and you're here representing yourself. Is that correct?
Yes.
And is that what you want to do with your case?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have the right to a jury trial?
Yes.
And that by entering this plea, there will be no trial, and this case will be closed. Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Poindexter, you are asking me to Okay, so you are charged with one count of a CDL violation, which is medical card violation, by operating a commercial motor vehicle without proper medical card. Is that correct?
Yes.
And did you do that?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna find that your admission of guilt as to operating a commercial motor vehicle without a proper medical card is proper, and I'm gonna grant it. I'm gonna find that you're knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently waiving your rights to enter this plea. I'll review the recommendation and I'll follow it. Do you have any questions for me about anything?
No.
Okay, I'm just looking up real quick to see what the ramifications are of this. All right, will be submitted to the Department of Driver Services. But as far as I do not see what will happen there in the information I have. Okay, so you understand that whatever happens next is between you and DDS, okay? Do you understand that?
Yes.
If anything, they may not, I don't know what they're gonna do as far as entering this and having this go against your, you have a CDL, don't you?
No.
Oh, you don't have a CDL?
No.
Then never mind, you probably don't care about what I'm doing. Are you trying to get a CDL?
No.
Oh, well, then you certainly don't care about what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Okay.
He was driving a truck that required a medical card and, a CDL registration, but, I mean, a motor carrier registration, but he did not require the CDL to be driving.
Got it, this all makes perfect sense now. Okay, well then don't worry about what I was trying to do. I was mistaken. So, lucky for you, that's the first time that's ever happened and you got to be here to see it. So, all right, so Mr. Poindexter, on 23 TK 3314, the sentence of the court is as follows. On July 11th of 2023, the CDL violation of the medical card and finds you guilty. It's 12 months, 306 is your fine. I'm gonna delay the start of your probation by 30 days. You can pay $30, participate in our 30 program, and close your case by paying that $30 plus the fine in full. Count 2 is dismissed. If after 30 days you're unable to close your case, your probation will start. You'll need to show a valid license to probation, no alcohol, illegal drugs, or hemp products. You'll be tested for those. $50 a month supervision fee, a $25 intake fee. And your case will still close the moment you satisfy your obligations to the court. Mr. Poindexter, can I answer any questions for you about anything before you and I part ways?
No, sir.
All right, Mr. Phillips is gonna walk you out those double doors. I'm gonna have you go meet with probation. Good luck to you. All right, Charlton? All right, please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about to give this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
All right, take your hand down, state your full name for me.
Ansley loves Carrot Tarleton.
Okay. Ms. Tarleton, you're a little hoarse, so if you'll just make certain to lean into that mic. And Ms. Tarleton, you have 2 cases on the calendar today. You have 23 TK 899 and 23 TK 1730. It's my understanding you wish to enter pleas to both of these cases and close them, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, Ms. Tarleton, let's just start with, these run together, I believe. Yes. All right, so we're gonna start with 23 TK 899. Ms. Tarleton, on this case, I'm missing. Oh, there it is. Okay. You have passed up to me this one self-represented defendant plea rights waiver with both of your case numbers on it. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And are these your initials next to each of the lines on page 1?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll tell you what, you can certainly nod your head since you're having difficulty speaking, and I'll just notate that on the record. All right, she nodded her head. Are these your initials next to each of the lines on page 2? She nodded her head yes. Is that your signature? That's a yes. Did you sign and initial this document after having all the time you needed to review it? That's a yes. Are you a United States citizen? Okay, you corrected that on there. And do you understand you have the right to have an attorney represent you? All right, that's a yes. Do you understand that you can, but you're waiving the right to have an attorney and entering this plea without an attorney? Is that what you want to do? All right, that's a yes. Do you understand you're giving up the right to a jury trial? Yes. And is that what you want to do? That's a yes. All right, let's go through the facts of each of your cases. Starting with 23 TK 899, you're charged with one count of littering and that you did litter by throwing a cigarette onto a public area on February 13th of 2023. Did you do that? That's a yes. And then I'm going to go to the facts of your next case, which is one count of, this is 23 TK 1730. Did you operate your motor vehicle on May 18th, 2023 here in Spalding County at a speed of 72 and a 55? Yes. Okay, that's a yes as well. All right, I'm going to find with her admission of guilt on each of her two cases that there's enough for me to take the plea. I'm going to find that she is knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently waiving her rights to entering these pleas. I reviewed the recommendations and I'll follow them exactly the way they've been negotiated. So I'm going to do it exactly the way you asked me to do it. Do you understand that? All right, that's a yes. Do you have any questions that you want to ask me before I sentence?
Yes, sir.
Okay, no. And here we go then. Ansley Tarleton, 23 TK 0899, from February 13th of 2023. Count one, littering. I'm going to find you guilty. It's 12 months probation. $300 is your fine. I'm going to delay the start of your probation. You're going to pay a $30 program fee for our 30 for 30 program. And if you're unsuccessful in closing your case within 30 days, probation will start. You'll need to provide a valid license to probation. No alcohol, illegal drugs, or hemp products should be tested for those. $50 a month supervision fee and a $25 intake fee. Your case is still closed upon completion. So far, so good? Yes. Okay. I got a nod and a thumbs up. All right. Moving on to 23 TK 1730. On this case, Ms. Tarleton, count one, speeding, 72 and a 55. I'm going to find you guilty. It's 12 months probation, 184. This is also a 30 for 30 case. And you need to understand there's two $30 fees, one for each case. Okay, just want to make certain you do that. That's a yes. So 184 plus $30 will close your case. If you're unsuccessful, probation will begin with the exact same conditions I just read out in the last case, including the early termination. You have 30 days from today if you wish to appeal this decision. You have 12 months from, you have 12 months today on the littering case and 6 months on the speeding case if you want to use those habeas rights.
Yes, I would like to do the habeas rights.
Do what?
Yes, I want to do the habeas rights.
Okay, so that means that you have 6 months to use those to challenge these convictions, and that's over in Superior Court. So, okay, anything else for part ways? Okay, well, I'll look for those when they come down from Superior Court. Okay. All right, that's Jeffrey Tackett. All right, Mr. Tackett, please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about to speak, you understand the testimony about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Tackett, state your full name for me.
Jeffrey McCager Tackett.
Mr. Tackett, you're here on 23 TK 2920. According to my calendar, you were on time for court, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you hear the rights are read out to the courtroom, and did you see the PowerPoint that I put up on the wall?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand those rights?
Yes, sir.
Any questions I can answer for you about those rights?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Tackett, you have passed up to me the self-represented defendant plea rights waiver. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Are these your initials next to each of the lines on page 1?
Yes, sir.
Page 2?
Yes, sir.
Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign and initial this document after having all the time that you needed to review it?
Yes, sir.
Because you understood everything that's on it?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Tackett, did you see on here, as well as hear me say, that you have the right to have an attorney represent you?
Yes, sir.
And you are here today representing yourself?
Yes, sir.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have the right to a jury trial?
Yes, sir.
And that by entering this plea, there will be no trial, this case will be closed. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Tackett,
We now all stuff that's from Spalding.
you're under 21, right?
Yes, sir.
That's page 12 of 18.
I did with that, Judge.
Do the math now. So it looks like you got it lined up right for 23.
I
Yes.
put in 23 over.
Okay. So you understand that what Mr. Shepherd's done on this case is put you at the knife edge of losing your license.
Yes, sir.
And you'll either lose it or you won't, depending on if you get another ticket.
Yes, sir.
Let's go off record real quick. Did you do the testing? Did you do the iPad test out for us?
Yes, sir.
How did that work for you?
Good.
Okay. I noticed I don't have a probation acknowledgement form. Did they just have you do it online?
Yes, sir.
That's fantastic. So we've already gone that far and we're comfortable with it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll take that, because it's one less piece of paper. I lose the paper up here. It drives everybody crazy. So it's one less piece of paper for me to lose and drive my team crazy. Okay.
The judge.
All right, y'all need anything else before I jump back in? I was gonna say, do y'all need anything else before I jump back in?
No, go.
Okay. All right, so let's come back to order. So Jeffrey Tackett on 23 TK 2920 from June 22nd, 2023, speeding 78 to 55. I'm gonna find you guilty. It's 12 months probation. Since you're one of my beta testers, I'm gonna drop your fine to 300. Be consistent. You're under 21, so you don't get our 30 for 30 program, but you do need to complete a defensive driving school. Show your valid license to probation. No alcohol, illegal drugs, or hand products. $50 supervision fee per month, $25 one-time intake fee. Defensive driving school, and as soon as you complete your obligations, your case will close. You have 30 days from today if you wish to appeal this decision. You have 6 months from today if you reach your habeas rights. Any questions?
Yes, sir.
All right, slow down here.
Yeah, he got a thing on that.
Barber? Let's come back to order. Are you Trey Barber?
Yes.
All right, raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, state your full name for me.
Trey Anthony Barber.
So your first name is Trey, T-R-E with an apostrophe.
Yes.
Your middle name is Anthony,
Yes.
and then last name Barber.
Yes, sir.
Okay, just want to make sure we get it right. Names are important. Mr. Barber, you were on time for court this morning, is that correct?
Yes.
Oh, I see, you're on the afternoon calendar. You were very early for court this afternoon, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Did you hear the rights I read out this morning at 9 o'clock, and see the PowerPoint that I put up on the wall?
Yes.
Did you understand those rights?
Yes.
Any questions I can answer for you about those rights?
No, sir.
You passed up to me this self-represented defendant plea rights waiver. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
Are these your initials next to each of the lines on page 1?
Yes.
Page 2?
Yes.
Is this your signature?
Yes.
Did you sign and initial this document after having all the time that you needed to review it
Yes.
and because you understood everything that's on it?
Yes.
Mr. Barber, do you understand that you have the right to have an attorney represent you?
Yes.
And you're here representing yourself?
Yes.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
You understand that you have the right to a jury trial,
Yes.
and that by entering this plea, there will be no trial, and this case will be closed. Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Barber, did you here in Spalding County, back on March 13th of 2023, operate your motor vehicle at 47 miles an hour in a 25-mile-an-hour zone?
Yes.
I'm gonna find with your admission of guilt, there's enough for me to take your plea. I'm gonna find that you're knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently waiving your rights in entering this plea. I reviewed the recommendation and I will follow it. Do you have any questions for me about anything before I sentence?
No, sir.
You ready?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Barber, on 23 TK 1115 from March 13th of 2023, count one, speeding, 47 to 25. I'm gonna find you guilty. It's 12 months probation. 213 is your fine. I'm gonna delay the start of your probation by 30 days, and if you pay a $30 program fee for our 30 for 30 program, then you may close your case without probation conditions. After 31 days, your probation will automatically start. You will then be required to show a valid license to probation. No alcohol, illegal drugs, or hemp products should be tested for those. Fourth Amendment waiver, $50 per month supervision fee, $25 intake fee. And your case will still terminate upon completion. You have 30 days from today if you wish to appeal this decision, and you have 6 months from today if you wish to use your habeas rights. Do you remember reading about habeas on the back of the right sheet right there?
Yes, sir.
And you remember me talking about it earlier?
Yes.
Okay. So, Mr. Barber, obviously you're very early to court, which means do not come back this afternoon. Your case is closed and you and I are good. But do you have any questions I can answer for you before we part ways?
No, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Barber. You have a good day, okay?
Appreciate it.
Holland?
Johnny Mitchell was the pistol. He said, "Have a
Okay. Raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, take your hand down. State your full name for me.
Stanisha Holland.
All right, and Ms. Holland, there you go. Ms. Holland, you are here on 23 TK 2980, and according to my calendar, I think you're one of the folks on this afternoon's calendar, is that right?
Yes.
All right, so you're very early to court, but you heard the rights this morning when I first sat down, is that correct?
Yes.
Did you understand those rights?
Yes.
Any questions I can answer for you about those rights in that PowerPoint?
No.
Ms. Holland, you have passed up to me this self-represented defendant plea rights waiver. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
Are these your initials next to each of the
Yes.
lines on page 1?
Yes.
Page 2?
Yes.
Is this your signature?
Yes.
Did you sign and initial this document after having all the time you needed to review it
Yes.
and because you understood everything that's on it?
Yes.
Ms. Holland, do you understand that you have the right to have an attorney to represent you
Yes.
and you're here representing yourself?
Yes.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have the right to a jury trial?
Yes.
And that by entering this plea, there will be no trial and this case will be closed. Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
Ms. Holland, I've noticed I don't have a probation information sheet. Did you do the one online?
Yes, sir.
You did it? Excellent. Okay, that sounds great. All right, this is wonderful. Ms. Holland, everything looks great. All right, so you operated your motor vehicle at 59 and 45, correct?
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to find with your admission of guilt, there's enough for me to take a plea and find that you're knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently waiving your rights in entering this plea. Review the recommendation, I'll follow it. Do you have any questions for me about anything before I sentence?
No.
You ready?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Holland, on 23 TK 2980 from June 28th of 2023, count one, speeding, 59 to 45. I'm going to find you guilty. It's 12 months probation. I'm going to make your fine 155 for testing out, for being a beta tester for us. All right. I'm going to delay the start of your probation by 30 days. You can pay $30 and close your case without probation conditions. 31 days from today, your probation will start. You will then, if that's still there, need to show your valid license to probation, have no alcohol, illegal drugs, or hemp products, pay $50 a month supervision fee, $25 one-time intake fee, and your case will still close the moment you satisfied your obligations to the court. You have 30 days from today if you want to appeal this decision, and 6 months from today if you want to use your habeas rights. Do you remember me talking about habeas as well as reading them on this right sheet here?
Yes.
Can I answer any questions for you about anything before you and I part ways?
No.
All right, Mr. Taylor's gonna walk you out, open doors. Good luck to you there, man. All right,
So you
Brown,
don't do it.
T-shirt Brown. Okay. All right, Ms. Brown, if you'll please raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, take your hand down and state your full name for me.
Letitia Michelle Reed Brown.
All right, Ms. Brown, you are here today on 23 TK 3687, and you are on the afternoon calendar, is that correct?
Yes.
That means you're all, there we go. So you're very early for court. Did you hear the rights I read out to the courtroom, and did you see the PowerPoint that I put up on the wall?
Yes.
Did you understand those rights?
Yes.
Any questions I can answer for you about any of those rights?
No.
I'm holding up this self-represented defendant plea rights waiver. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
Are these your initials next to each of the lines on page 1?
Yes.
Page 2?
Yes.
Is this your signature?
Yes.
Did you sign and initial this document after having all the time you needed to review it
Yes.
and because you understood everything that's on it?
Yes.
Ms. Brown, do you understand that you have the right to have an attorney represent you?
Yes.
And you're here representing yourself?
Yes.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have the right to a jury trial?
Yes.
And that by entering this plea, there will be no trial and this case will be closed? Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Brown, do you have any questions for me about anything on this plea,
No.
plea rights waiver before I pivot to the facts of your case?
No.
Ms. Brown, did you operate your motor vehicle on July 30th of 2023 at a speed of 50 miles an hour in a 35 mile an hour zone here in Spalding County?
I operated a vehicle, but yes.
Do what?
I operated a vehicle, but not my vehicle, but yes.
Oh, okay, a vehicle.
Yes.
All right, well, that will work for me. So, Ms. Brown, I'm gonna find with your admission of guilt, there's enough for me to take your plea. I'm gonna find that you are knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently waiving your rights in entering this plea. I've reviewed the recommendation and I will follow it. Do you have any questions for me about anything before I sentence?
No.
I'm participating in our 30 for 30 program, and if you're successful in paying off your fine plus $30, then your case will close with no probations. 31 days from today, your probation will automatically start, at which point you'll need to show a valid license, have no alcohol, illegal drugs, or hemp products, Fourth Amendment waiver, $50 supervision fee, $25 intake fee, and your case will still close the moment you've satisfied your obligations to the court.
Okay.
If 30 days from today, if you wish to appeal this decision, you have 6 months from today if you wish to use your habeas rights. Do you remember reading about habeas on the back of the right sheet right there?
Yes.
All right, can I answer any questions for you about anything before you and I part ways?
No.
Okay, all right, well, thank you very much. If you'll step out, Ms. Williams. All right, last case that I have up here, actually I have the virtual one, I'll do it. Moffitt. So I have 3 items left. I have this, Price, and the walk-in on Johnson. Does anybody have anything else? All right. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, if you will please raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, take your hand down, state your full name for me.
Dietrich Faye Moffitt Duma.
All right, and I think you were supposed to be here yesterday, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, why weren't you here yesterday?
I got my days mixed up, so I run over here today.
Okay, so, so let's talk a little bit about what you want to do. It looks to me like you've worked out an agreement to resolve your case, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, so, and is it Moffitt Duma?
Yes, sir.
All right, so it's together,
This is hyphenated.
hyphenated last name, got it. All right, so let me make sure we got that. All right, Ms. Moffitt Duma, you have passed up, you missed the rights because you were late this morning and you were correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I'm holding this document up, the self-represented defendant plea rights waiver. Do you recognize the document that I'm holding up?
Yes, sir.
Are these your initials next to each of the lines on page 1?
Yes, sir.
Page 2?
Yes, sir.
Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
Did you sign and initial this document that, after having all the time you needed to review it?
Yes.
And because you understood everything that's on it?
Yes, sir.
You checked the box that says I'm a U.S. citizen. Is that to tell me that you are in fact a U.S. citizen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Now, did you see on here that you have the right to have an attorney represent you?
Yes, sir.
And you're here representing yourself?
Yes, sir.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that you have the right to a jury trial?
Yes.
and that by entering this plea, there will be no trial, and this case will be closed. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
All right, Ms. Moffitt-Duma, on November 27th of 2022, did you operate your motor vehicle while holding a phone when you should have been using a hands-free device?
Yes, sir. I was at the stoplight and the sheriff was right next to me.
Yes, you're not the first one to come through here with that. All right, and then you also want to enter a no-low plea to that suspended registration charge, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Have you used a no-low on a suspended registration charge in the last 5 years?
No, sir.
All right, and that's another one of those categories of the 5 different no-lows, so that will work for me. All right, then I'm going to find that your, with your admission of guilt as to count 1 and your request for a no-low on count 2, that there's enough for me to take your plea. I'm going to find that you're knowingly, voluntarily, intelligently waiving your rights in entering this plea. I reviewed the recommendation and I will follow it. Any questions I can answer before I sentence?
No, sir.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, Ms. Moffitt-Duma, on count 1, hands-free violation of 22 TK 5288 from November 27th of 22. I'm gonna find you guilty. It's 12 months probation, $50 fine. Count 2, suspended registration. The no-low is granted. It's 12 months. $590 is your fine for a total of 12 months probation. I'm going to delay the start of your probation by 30 days. And if you pay a $30 program fee plus your fine in full, your case will close with no probation conditions. If you're unsuccessful, then 31 days from now, your probation will start. You'll need to obtain a valid license, probation, no alcohol, illegal drugs, or hemp products. You'll be tested for those. Fourth Amendment waiver, $50 per month supervision fee, one-time $25 intake fee, and your case will still close the moment you've satisfied your obligations to the court. 30 days from today, if you wish to appeal this decision, you have 6 months from today if you wish to use your habeas rights. Do you remember reading about habeas on the back of the right sheet, right there where I'm pointing?
Yes, sir.
And that's that weird old law where you sue Spalding County civilly over in Superior Court to challenge this conviction. And again, you have 6 months to use those rights. All right, if you walk with Mr. Taylor out those double doors, meet with probation, go from there. Let's talk to Ms. Rice and then talk to the person here on council. Ms. Rice, I've sent you an unmute request.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Rice, the number that you gave us did not work. We called you on multiple occasions at 943-213-9737. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. I don't know why it's not working.
Okay. Well, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to have a trial. I'm going to plead you not guilty, Ms. Rice. And what we're going to do is I'm going to have you come in on your court date, not virtually, and we'll just sort this out at your next court date, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so here's the deal. Go grab a pen and a piece of paper.
Already
And I'm
have
going to give you, okay, great. What do you want me to give her?
It's gonna be November 28th.
November 28th. All right, so Miss Rice, you are going to return in person, not virtual. This did not work for us, and so we're not going to do this again. So you're going to be here in person on November 28th at 9 a.m. sharp for your calendar call. If you resolve your case on that day, that's great. If you don't, that's fine as well. If you do not resolve it, then your jury trial or bench trial will be sometime during the week of the 11th, and you'll need to be here each and every one of those days until your case is resolved.
Okay. I was going to ask about that because I sent them that I live out of state now. I live in Colorado and I'm working like all the time.
Okay, well, I mean, the whole point of virtual is that you do this and then we can communicate with you. We did exactly what we were supposed to do for this to work, and you gave us a number that didn't work. So.
I mean, that's my phone number, so I don't know why it's not working because I've been on here waiting for a call and I have no missed calls or anything. So it must be the phone service.
All right.
I'm not sure.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna let you report virtually for calendar call. But if that one doesn't work, you're gonna have to be here in person for your trial dates.
Okay.
That's the last option. So I'm putting a note that on November 28th, you can report virtually again. But I'm gonna have very little patience, and frankly, I'm not gonna put a lot of effort into it. If you are not reachable through the means I need you to be reachable, then I'm just gonna order you to fly to Georgia and be in my courtroom on December 11th at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
And again, I've got this number down as, just confirm it one more time, 943-213-9737.
Yes, sir.
All right, you must appear for the dates I've given you. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Understand if you miss any of those dates, I will issue a warrant for your arrest.
Yes, sir.
All right, you understand you can report virtually on November 28th, but there are 0 possibilities for you to report virtually for the week of your trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir. You said November 11th, correct?
No, I said November 28th and
That's
December
the
11th.
virtual.
Yeah, November 28th is virtual, December 11th, the week of December 11th is in person only.
Gotcha.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll see you in November.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, last case, somebody's here on Johnson. Come on up.
Thank you so much.
Y'all are good. Y'all want to go? This is a bench warrant.
Okay.
He walked in with information, of course.
Yeah, I appreciate you for speaking to me today.
Sure. You did what we would want you to do, which is.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Yeah, that's okay. What's your name?
Darren Gibson.
Darren Gibson. All right, and you, I guess, are related or friends with? Kenneth?
Partner, yes.
Say it again?
Partner.
Okay, Kenneth Nigel Johnson Jr.
Junior.
Excellent. Okay, so he has 22 SR 612, which is a DUI. I have that he missed court with me on I have that he missed court with me on April 17th. And then you've provided us with information that he was incarcerated in Clayton, I believe?
Clayton County in Riverdale. And we were contacting the public defender, had been reachable, emails and things like that to get reset.
Okay.
And I paid $3,000 for him to get bonded out.
In Clayton?
And they said no holds or anything else, so we thought the lawyer did what he's supposed to do done.
Okay.
So when I was about to go get him, they said he got a hold of his account in Spalding County.
Okay.
So it's over here now.
So, I'm about to hand you a mixed bag of information. So some good, some bad. So the good news is, by coming in here today, giving us that information, it let us immediately place him on the next calendar. And so that's the good news. Again, it's a mixed bag. The bad news is it's a DUI, and I'm not willing to lift the warrant offhand. I know where he was on the date, but my position on that is a little more delicate, which is that I'm going to gently say that whatever it was he was doing in Clayton, he wasn't supposed to be doing that there, and he ended up incarcerated in Clayton.
No, it was for self-defense.
Okay, well,
And
either
Clay
way,
County, yeah.
either way, he had charges pending in Clayton and ended up being incarcerated in Clayton, and he missed my court date. And I don't view that the same way a lot of people do, where they say I should lift it because he was incarcerated somewhere else. He couldn't be here. I don't see it that way at all.
Okay.
I see it that he removed his ability to come here today by catching charges in the new place. But what we are doing here is a couple of things. Number one, we got him now on the next calendar. Number two, he needs to fill out an application. We have an amazing public defender's office. If you're going to get a public defender's office, if you're going to hire him an attorney, that's fine too. We have a great bar here. But if you will get him with the public defender's office, they can look at the case, and it might be, that there's other options on the table, but I would like the public defender's office to look at it, or of course, private counsel. Do you know which of those you're going to move towards, as private counsel or the public defender's office?
See, my idea was to request for him to be released so that we can get a lawyer and things like that.
Well, let's start with the public defender's office then, because this, you can see what I'm doing. I'm trying to let a lawyer get involved so that they can speak directly with Mr. Shepard and they can evaluate their options.
Okay.
And so I'm trying to give you a pathway, because his court date is now set for October 18th. So October 18th at 1:30 is his court date. But I'm saying I want things moving before then. And the only way they can be moving before then is either you hire a private attorney or go get the public defender's office. You can certainly go get the public defender's office for now.
I'll try to.
And then hire a private attorney and then
Absolutely.
move the case. That's easy. That's
Okay,
super easy.
Right, so how do I, what's the process?
Okay, so the bailiffs are gonna give you the address for the public defender's office. It's on our form, they'll give you just one of our forms or something. And then you can go there and communicate with them. And when you communicate with him out of the jail, tell him he needs to fill out an application. They gave him one when he booked in, I just didn't want him to throw it away. Tell him to fill
Oh,
it
they
out.
gave him one.
They gave him one, they always do, but he needs to fill it out. If he didn't fill it out, he can't do it.
Would they give him another one?
Sure, oh yeah, we do that all the time.
Okay.
Okay, so again, mixed bag, you're not gonna get what you want now.
I know,
But
I
you,
know.
but you have done him a great favor.
Yes, yes.
Because you've gotten the gears turning faster and earlier than they would
I'm
have.
trying, yes, sir.
So definitely pat yourself on the back that you're gonna get, this is gonna work out a little better than it would have otherwise.
Just gotta wait.
Yeah, just be patient, but
Yes.
go do those things, okay?
Listen, thank you so much. So when I go there, will they have a number to refer to, the
Yes.
case?
The case is 22 SR 6